So, Cameron won his vote. He managed to bribe and blackmail enough MPs to get the war that he has been so desperate to have. Murdoch and the Rothschilds will be really pleased with him as they are one step closer to getting the oil from the Golan Heights. Just how arrogant did David Cameron look yesterday when he refused 7 or 8 times to apologise for calling people who opposed his murderous war terrorist sympathisers? Cameron isn't fit to hold office making statements like that. How many more people despise this pig lover after yesterday's episode? What a disgusting man David Cameron truly is, and that just showed us his true colours yesterday. The man is utter scum. After 10.5 hours of debate, we've started a war that could last for decades. And any sensible person knows that this will involve our troops at some point in the future. Just wait and see. Cameron said he isn't going to authorise troops on the ground, but Cameron lies all of the bloody time. Just wait. Would you send your son, father, mother or daughter off to war for this man who put his member into a dead pig? Would you? Honestly, would you fight for David Cameron? But it's not the action that was voted for last night that's the issue. It's where this could potentially lead. Russia are sending 150,000 troops to Raqqa just as we're about to start bombing Raqqa. Are we joined up enough to prevent us bombing Russian troops? I don't think we are. One mistake, people. One mistake, and we could be looking down the barrel of a nightmare. Cameron's entire plan of defeating ISIS hangs on the Free Syrian Army. Cameron intends to persuade the Free Syrian Army to take out ISIS whilst battling Assad. Apparently Cameron knows of 70,000 Free Syrian Army boots on the ground that he wants to assist him in destroying ISIS. But after the debate yesterday, this 70,000 figure looks more pie in the sky from Cameron. He's lying again. In 2012, the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group was listed by the US State Department and the UK Home Office as a foreign terrorist organisation. The group was also designated an Al-Qaeda affiliate at this time by the United Nations. At the same time that this was happening, the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group were arming, funding and commanding entire brigades of the Free Syrian Army. Remember, this is the same Free Syrian Army that David Cameron wants to become busy mates with. And also in 2012, we had this article from Global Research. Free Syrian Army is Al-Qaeda. WikiLeaks propaganda about chemical weapons in Syria. Members of the Free Syrian Army are not just tied to Al-Qaeda, the CIA-funded fake Islamic terrorist group. They are Al-Qaeda. Remember, this is the same Free Syrian Army that David Cameron wants to become busy mates with. Look at this article from July of this year, only a few months ago. ISIS reportedly fighting alongside the Free Syrian Army and Al-Qaeda in Al-Zabadani. Reports from the resort city of Al-Zabadani have confirmed that the Western-backed Free Syrian Army is currently fighting alongside 2 terror groups, the Syrian Al-Qaeda group Jabhat al-Nusra and the Islamic State of Iraq and Al-Sham, ISIS. Remember, this is the same Free Syrian Army that David Cameron wants to become busy mates with. Has Cameron forgotten that it was Al-Qaeda, they tell us, who attacked us in London on 7/7? Has Cameron forgotten that it was Al-Qaeda, they tell us, who attacked America on 9/11? Why are we looking to become busy mates with Al-Qaeda? Does Cameron really want to take out Assad that much that he has to have the support of Al-Qaeda to do it? What kind of moralistic, upstanding, doing the right thing leader would do this? Putting aside the fact that both 7/7 and 9/11 were false flags, let's just pretend for a minute that they weren't. David Cameron wants us to align ourselves with Al-Qaeda. How does this make the families of the people who died in these terror attacks feel? To know that David Cameron's plan for destroying ISIS is to team up with who? Russia? To have a coordinated approach of attack? Oh, no. Cameron's going to team up with Al-Qaeda, the group that killed thousands in the West. How MPs would vote to assist Al-Qaeda is just beyond me. But then they've done it before, haven't they? Remember Libya? They worked alongside Al-Qaeda in Libya. These disgusting Western leaders will do anything to get what they want. You're next, ISIS warns UK of terror attacks if they join France in Syria airstrikes. The evil militants warned of more cold-blooded massacres for countries who support France as they hit back for the Paris terror attacks that killed 130 people on Friday the 13th of November. ISIS made the deadly warning to the UK just one day before MPs vote in the House of Commons on launching airstrikes in Syria against the terrorist organisation. The first thing Philip Hammond said after the result was announced last night on Sky News was that Britain is now safer. This man is insane, or is he really just stupid? Or does he think that you are really that stupid? Of course this country isn't safer. How on earth can it be safer when we have at least 150 jihadis in this country right now who are probably readying themselves for an attack? I hear they're planning with Peter Power as we speak. To say that we are safer is an insult to your intelligence. It's an insult to the average man. God, even an X-Factor zombie could probably work out that we aren't any safer after yesterday's vote. Politicians, why do they lie all of the time? They take the public for such idiots. If only they told the truth once in a while. But no doubt, despite lying all of the time about pretty much everything, the same grey old MPs will get voted in next time. We've only got ourselves to blame. Do a search in Google now. Go on, do it. Put in World War III and click News and have a good bloody read. Have a look at how close we are to that scenario. And David Cameron and his war junkies in the Houses of Commons have put us all even closer to this outcome. How the hell are we more safer today than yesterday? The top story I had when I did that search was this. As Turkey confronts Russia, World War III looms closer. Here's another one. World War III could be just 30 seconds away as attacks on ISIS stepped up. There is so much talk of World War III. It is just ridiculous. Hands up if you want World War III. No? Well, let's start doing something about it then.